I've dated a lot of people and I'm kind of confused since I don't know what counts as good or bad, but I guess I'm like learning the process of it. But it's still annoying because some person can get online and say, "Ooh, me and this guy, we fell in love so fast. He was infatuated with me from the start and we've been married for 13 years and it's going amazingly." But at the same time, if you were someone in that same situation and it ended badly, everyone would be like, "Ooh, you're a fucking idiot for not spotting the red flags." And like, it's annoying how there's all millions of ways that you can fuck up in the pursuit of dating on yourself, or that other people can get you fucked up. But on the bright side, I'm learning. I'm doing a much better job at it because I remember I told people in the past, like, okay, how do you know how many red flags you're supposed to collect before you leave? I thought that was how that worked. That people were like, if you like the person and they were great, but if it was like something that seemed not so great about them that they just haven't been educated on yet or needed to improve upon, then you could stick around and persevere and grow with them and show that you were dedicated and full of love and motivated and saw their full potential and believed in them. Turns out you're not supposed to do that. Turns out that's just a great way to get used and abused and treated like fucking shit by someone who's insecure or does not want to progress their life. And it's kind of weird how you have to do reverse psychology and actually go, you know what? You suck and I'm leaving, for a person to actually choose to change on their own accord by themselves in the pursuit of you. Kind of strange. And even that can have its flaws. Anyway, but I guess my main point is it's annoying because it's like there's a million things that count as red flags, but at the same time, some people still have happy marriages or long love lives that are amazing without it. But I am getting better at detecting what is truly good versus what is truly bad, like the undeniable this is fucking bad, because I have a tendency to accept people for way too fucking much, and it has gotten me some very amusing stories, but some fucked up experiences that even can keep me up at night. Yeah. And I guess a good analogy for like how it feels, especially as someone with autism, or if you have a fucked up past or mental disorders or didn't have healthy examples of like love growing up. Imagine this. Imagine you're on a long trail, like a relationship trail, and you're meeting someone new, and you're like, and they're at the end of you're following them on this path and trusting them to lead you into a safe relationship slash forest or whatever for this fucking metaphor. And as you walk along the trail, walk, 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 there's tons of green flags in this beautiful field. But then you see a red flag, and you go, oh, it's just one? Eh, okay, he said a weird joke about Asian people. I'm gonna put this in my basket and keep note of this so I can bring it up if it ever happens again so that we can nip this in the bud. Do, walking on the trail. Oh, look, another red flag. Huh, I mean, seems like he kept trying to like touch me inappropriately in some areas, but he did stop eventually when I said no enough times. Still gonna put that in the basket, and then you kind of go along longer, 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 and then eventually the red flags start growing more consistently, and then they become more abundant, and then you're like, oh fuck, how do I get rid of all these red flags for this person? How do I help them grow more green flags and become like healthy so that we can flourish in this garden of love together? And I guess you're probably in your mind like, okay, sorry, I went with some hard ass metaphorical red flags in this situation. Most people would fucking leave, sadly. Not all of us have uh that instinct. What can I say? So I guess what I'm saying is my style of dating was that. And then I kind of wondered, hey guys, how many red flags are you supposed to collect and acknowledge before it's too many? Because I got a whole basket, like, and it's kind of like half full. It feels kind of heavy, but like it's not full yet. How bad does it need to get? And then someone will turn to you and go, oh no, sweetie, you were supposed to leave the second you spotted a red flag. And you're not supposed to be collecting those. You were supposed to just fucking turn around and leave. And I was like, oh fucking word. And then they're like, yeah, if you see a red flag, sprint the other direction. Those things are poisonous and will slowly kill you over time. And they do not go away. They do not. Usually. And even if they somehow magically do, it's gonna take years and ages. And you're gonna be fucking devastated. The garden will be ruined by the time you fucking leave. So just, yeah, if you see red flags, turn your ass around. And that helps. That helps a lot. Because now it's helping me actually get back the same level of intelligence I had when I was 12 before hormones and trauma kicked into fucking overdrive and made me feel like I had to accept certain people because being alone sucked. But being alone only sucked because I was going through massive trauma and needed a distraction in the form of other people. So sadly, for a bit, I like. It's weird. It's hard to explain it, but the pendulum shifted between I'm going through enough. I do not need this little asshole in school pissing me off further. I'm trying to figure out when the pendulum shifted to, oh, well, I just want, oh yeah, I experienced the love and joy of healthy friendships. And then once I actually had my own healthy friendships and seemingly good relationships start displaying red flags, then it's like, oh, this hurts because I was friends with you for like a whole fucking year and a half before you started betraying me like this. And it hurts and I don't understand it. It's difficult, I know. But even in that situation, you just gotta cut people off from the start. It's better than hoping that they will change and go back to being accepting and loving to you. Because if they did it once before and they hurt you, they'll do it again. Most, like, definitely. And I'll use an analogy just because I want to get this story off my chest. I went on 2 dates with this guy so far. And he seemed pretty well. I noticed some smaller, like, I would describe them as yellow flags. Yellow flags, turns out, are the ones that are actually, like, slightly more capable of change. Like, okay, this dude didn't open my car door for me, but I communicated that, and then he started opening my car door for me because he knew that I don't want to injure myself or fuck up on accident, which I am known to do. And also, then it was like an orange flag where it's like, okay, it seems like he's avoiding calling me pretty on purpose. And so, because of that, like, instead of being like, I'm gonna fight for his attention or validation and look cute until he finally does it, it's just like, no, I'm just not even gonna care. And then I probably will see him less because I'm not gonna see some dude who won't make me feel special, but he wants to keep seeing me. That's not how this works. But the thing that really did it for me was that, field of green flags, everything going good. The red flag was he kept making a joke about how his family was so ghetto. And he would not stop bringing it up over the course of like 2 dates. I was like, okay, how's your family so ghetto? He tells me this story about his cousin getting kidnapped by a triad, shipped to China, and then human trafficked, and then hooked on opioids. Tragic fucking story, right? Why did this man tell me that story with a smile and then laugh his ass off and say, isn't that so fucking ghetto? Like, it's so ghetto. So yeah, that was an undeniable red flag. I was gonna ghost his ass, but I wanted to be at least semi nice and communicate that. I don't know. Even maybe sometimes I still think maybe the person can change and learn from their mistakes and grow as a person and know about how certain things are psychopathic. But it's hindsight. It's like he's 20 fucking 7, and I knew not to do shit like that after like age 14, 15, edgy ass. Actually, no, you never would have catch me doing shit like that. What the fuck? Even when I was 12, I knew better for the most part. And this is where he showed like a red flag that was extremely bad because we went on a date. I brought up autism, and I brought up how my form of autism is that even when I'm happy or sad or something, my face can be entirely neutral. And or funny enough, if someone talks to me about an uncomfortable topic, my face will not know what emotion I should do, and they'll just like twitch really hard or do something awkward. So someone could tell me about grief, and I'll smile on accident or look like I'm smiling, but I'm not. That's just my face, me not knowing like what to do in an uncomfortable situation. That's my face showing panic, but it displays as joy. I don't feel joy hearing about other people suffering, usually. And that nigga told me earlier on that date, he was like, wow, I've never known anyone to have that condition before. But oh, guess what? Suddenly, when he was getting outed as like, hey, it's kind of weird to joke about your cousin getting trafficked, he was all, ooh, well, ooh, when I get uncomfortable, sometimes I look like I'm smiling, but I'm not. My face just twitches because I get uncomfortable. And he seemed to have dead ass meant that. He was trying to recycle the same excuse he used on me before. I mean, the same reasoning I told him for my autism that he said he's never heard of it in his life. Suddenly, he was trying to use that excuse on me. So that's extremely offensive. Because it's like, one, I remember my own fucking excuse. Two, you said you never had it. And three, there's a difference between like, oh yeah, my cousin went through hard times. Yeah. Really sucky. And isn't it so fucking ghetto that she got hooked on drugs and trafficked in China? So yeah, he is mentally disturbed and gross, and I don't like him. And I'm glad that I am just at the stage where I have improved enough where I have not thought maybe I need to train this man who has a several year head start on me on basic human empathy and remorse and respect for women. I'm glad I have like just over my recent friendships ended. I have enough trauma as is. It's like just no. Like sometimes I forget that I do have to put things into perspective. Like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't have to explain to a 32-year-old the concept of consent like 8 times in a row. Because, like, I think he knew that right away. Also, maybe he shouldn't be saying he loves me in under 2 months of dating. Maybe I should have, like, not forgave him during that one incident in his car. And then the next time when he showed the same behavior again by trying to forcibly yank my tits out of my shirt. Hey! What can I say? I'm getting there. That's kind of what happens to someone whose brain is abused. So if someone says that they like crazy bitches, or that they like, if anyone seems to be really like they have a history of dating girls who had abusive households or whatever, usually that reflects on them, because someone with good amounts of self-respect, self-esteem, and also who usually is a healthy person would not go out of their way to target abuse victims as their main love interests over and over and over. And so if it keeps happening and all his exes are crazy, or if he's into psycho girls, then congratulations, you know exactly the type of person he is. Because no one would seek that out unless they were looking to exploit someone vulnerable and get away with it by looking like not as shitty, or being more covert about their shittiness, or just try, because they'll also be like, ooh, if I hurt this girl, no one's gonna believe her because she already has enough crazy exes. No one's gonna believe that she realistically had another one and that it's not her fault. Like, there's some terrible people on this planet, and I guess it's just kind of like, you wake up, you go, there's a lot of awful fucking people on this planet, and not all of them are good. A lot of them are horny, lustful, abusive, toxic, have no accountability skills, have fucked up friendships, fucked up families, pathetic. And the best thing you can do is, like, the reason 12-year-old me was so smart was because I saw how fucked up the world was, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna have sex with anybody. Like, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. And the second this person starts disrespecting me, I'm leaving because I like my own peace and quiet and company way more than I like a person. And it's good to have that mindset, because if you just straight up go, the world's a fucked up place, and I'm gonna only accept those in it who are actively good, and if they dare show that they are someone who is sloppy or fucked up mentally or this or that, and it's something that's way too bad, then it's okay to leave. I'm the type of person where it's like, okay, I can handle you doing weird stuff with your feet online. I can handle your obsession with comic books. I can handle maybe the way you slurp your noodles in public. I cannot handle gaslighting or coercive sex or anything bad. Fuck you. That's what you need to do. You need to just be like, this is something bad that I never want to see. And if this person does it, I'm not going to wait for them to like snap out of it and become my dream person or whatever. I'm just going to fucking leave. And yeah, that's it. See ya.